Alrighty then. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be restoring this Batman Returns Kenner Dark Knight Collection Batmobile Batmissle. We got a Batman in here, you see. And you can see that thing is gross. There is DNA all over it. Also, the little tabs that hinge the top of this cockpit here are broken off, as you can see right there. We're going to come up with a fix for that. And also, there's some stickers missing here. Not sure what I'm going to do about that right now. Right now, I want to get this thing cleaned up and get this repaired to where it looks cool and actually works like it should. So this is the Batmissle version. So when you pop this button here, both sides will come off. And you also had a play feature here that actually launched those plastic rockets, which I don't have the rockets, but they're fairly easy to find because Kenner used the heck out of that design. So there's no shortage of finding those rockets. So yeah, you can see there's just kind of all kinds of gross stuff on here. And I did a little bitty test, a little rub test with my finger. This thing will polish up to almost like a piano black. And yeah, so basically hit that, both sides come off. We're going to take this all the way down, break all of these screws off of here, and get this thing working the way it should be working. So yeah, stay tuned. Alright, real quick. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws, 8 screws that held these two halves together. Okay? I wanted to show you something really quick. Whoever owned this played with this on a green shag carpet. As you can see, there's old shag carpet remnants inside there. So, you know, again, see that? Kind of gross, right? But this is now going into my collection, so it will never be played with like that again. But I just don't want to add this to my collection in this condition at all. Let's see. There is our release mechanism there. All of this is going to get washed. Screws are not going to get washed. And here is a couple of springs. Let's get this crap out of here. Boy, is that gross, huh? So yeah, there's a left and right, of course. Then there's a couple of little springs that actually allow these to pop back up and lock in place until this button releases the sides again. Again, we don't want to get any water on those springs because they'll rust. And we don't need that hassle. And there's that little mechanism right there, and we will clean that up as well. And here are a couple of more springs. And now what these springs are, these are the springs that actually release the sides. We don't want to get those wet either. In fact, while we're in here, we're going to do a little bit of a stretch on these. Just going to pull them apart because over the years and the play, they've probably sagged a little bit. So we'll give them a little bit of a stretch, not much. That's another item that will not see water. So yeah, there's our little fake little sticker there, which we're just gonna take that off because it's useless. So we'll clean that up as well. And I think these are just forced on in like a little plastic pressure fit. Let's see if I can get these apart. It would be nice to be able to get everything apart, you know. Yeah, that's not happening so easy, so maybe I'll just have to clean it like that. So get that out of the way. get these parts out of the way. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this half. So far, all of the screws are exactly the same size from all sections, which is nice. This one's offering up some resistance just to make sure there are no more screws here, and I don't see any more. No, I don't. Careful not to damage your fins. They get pressured. Fit it in there, and not seeing any more screws, that is. So just kind of finagle our way around here, and just take your time not to break anything. It will all come off pretty easily. No springs in these guns whatsoever, and I think you have a screw there, but I don't think it's necessary to remove. So, but definitely need to clean all of that. So yeah, we're gonna finish disassembling that, and then take these over and give them a bath. I got the entire Batmobile washed down and got all of the DNA off, and I was drying it up, and I assembled one half right now, and the rest are over drying. What we're going to do now is we're going to see if we can actually get this to come back in a really nice luster. So you can see all the DNA is off. It's very clean. There's nothing left on it. So we're going to see if we can actually hit this with a polishing compound and a buffing wheel. See what happens. Stay tuned. Alright. I got one half assembled. Washed. The entire car's been scrubbed down with warm soapy water. And now what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be trying this turtle wax on this car. Just kind of cover it all over. And the idea with this car polish is to actually let it dry, wipe it on, let it haze over, come back with a nice soft cloth, clean soft cloth, not the one you're actually applying it with. And then we'll see how that goes. All right. So yeah, we'll let that dry. We'll come back to it. Real quick, before I start assembling this side is completely assembled and polished. You can see the difference here. This has got turtle wax on it, and when I removed it very fast with a lot of friction, giving it a nice high shine. As you can see, this one has no shine to it whatsoever. And you know, throughout the entire side, it just glows compared to the one that's untouched. Again, this has been washed, but this is one step further. This has been polished, and that's going to look nice throughout the entire Batmobile. And no, I'm still thinking about this broken part here, and I think I got an idea for it, but we'll get to that too. Before we actually assemble the entire center fuselage, we're going to work this out, and then polish everything, and yeah, that'll go on display in my collection. All right, I got it all back together. I got it all polished up. Got our little Michael Keaton Batman there. See that? There he is. Can't wait to get back in his car. I didn't come up with a real fix for this window yet. However, I did come up with something to keep it from falling off every time I move this thing. See, the tabs are broken. I got a couple of little rods here that I just put a small little drop of crazy glue on. They'll pop right out. But in the meantime, it'll stop me from losing it every time I go to transport this thing around. And, you know, put Batman back in. Nice clean Batmobile. No more DNA. And, I'll have him. Oh, he's got to lay down. There. Batmobile. Oh, and all of the springs I stretched when I was in there. And what does that do? Well, before they would just kind of lazily fall out. Now all of the springs have been stretched, and now they really fly apart. So something good to do when you get inside there is, after all, those springs are 30 years old. And so yeah. Spin it around and have a good look here. Nice shine. Of course, with the shine comes the dust. The shinier it is, the more dust you attract. But it certainly does look pretty. I've been wanting this for a while, but I wasn't going to pay those prices. And I picked this up for 20 bucks in the condition that you saw it in at the start of the video. And now, it's beautiful. It'll look fantastic on display. I'm a huge Batman fan, and I love the Batmobile. Certain Batmobiles I don't like, but this one I do. And yeah, so hey, that's been my look, or not my look, that's been my repair, my cleansing of the 1992, I believe, Batman Returns Batmissle Batmobile. And yeah, it's all working really well, and it looks fantastic. So yeah, Howlin' Wolf out.